Hey, Em.
Morning, Beck.
So we have a new Sophie in the studio. Looks kind of like Soph.
Got the hair.
Yeah, younger version.
Got the blonde hair.
No, Soph is away this week, and I was like, you know what? I can hold the fort myself.
We set up the studio and there's just an armchair in the middle of the room, and I'm obviously behind the camera, and I was like, is this going to be a bit weird for you? Just talking on your own, but then you just got somebody staring at you from the other side.
So I was like, jump on in. You know what? Soph might be out of a job. Depending on how well you do today.
Watch out, Sophie.
Yeah.
It's quite funny. She's meant to be having a proper week off. She's gone to a cabin in the woods.
Yeah.
And the entire week she's been messaging us.
I know. I'm like, go be in the woods, be at one with nature. I was actually talking to someone. I was like, I think I would go crazy.
Really?
I think I could do I love time to myself.
Yes.
But a weekend is or 2 days is enough for me.
Yeah.
A whole week I would probably spiral.
Yeah. Even after a few hours at the weekend, I'm like, I need to see someone.
Yeah. I always think I would really struggle in prison. You know?
Well, let's hope you never get there. I mean, unless you got something to tell us.
All day, every day.
Yeah, on your own.
On my own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you don't want to go.
Yeah, that is why. Yeah. Yeah. It's the only reason. No, but when COVID and everyone had to do those 2 week stays in hotels, I honestly
couldn't think of anything worse.
Yeah.
Oh, I
get
totally
kind
agree.
of claustrophobic, and I think or I get really gross and just watch Netflix and order takeaways and roll out of there
and just
3 sizes bigger and just
go a bit mad.
Go a bit hermity. Yeah, really gross. But anyway, thanks for my matcha.
Oh, no problem. Cheers.
Cheers.
For those who aren't watching, well, first of all, get on YouTube because you will see what we're drinking.
Second of all, there's a reason we're drinking matcha.
Oh, tell me.
There is a matcha boom happening right now. And I mean, most people are like, old news, Vic. I know, you can see a lot of we're drinking it. There's a lot of cafes popping up on the side of the road that are, just matcha only. There is, it's a big craze on social media as well, but it's actually coming through in statistics, particularly in the UK. And I mean, this is globally everywhere, but in June and July, matcha sales doubled versus last year.
Whoa.
And there is 3 times, so triple the amount of cafes serving matcha now than there was last year.
Wow. I feel like you would be an idiot if you're a cafe not to serve matcha. Everyone loves it.
Exactly. And it's it's all because of obviously the health and wellness benefits and all of that. But there's antioxidants. It's a slow release caffeine.
Yes.
It's a healthy alternative to caffeine, essentially.
Yeah. That's what I tell everyone. It's so
you're right. You'd be absolutely stupid. And all the old established stale kind of coffee brands, like the Costas and all those ones that have been around, Starbucks that have been around forever.
Yeah.
Have only literally just jumped on the bandwagon.
What?
I know.
That's crazy.
But also would you buy a matcha from them?
No, you want to go to a lovely little independent shop selling.
Blank Street, that brand that's popping up everywhere.
Yeah. There's also another one in London at the moment that everybody's going wild over. Elevate. I think it's called Elevate.
Oh my gosh.
Have you seen that?
Yeah. Maddie Borg.
Oh.
Maddie Borg.
Yeah.
Who we had on the podcast.
Well, that episode is actually coming out this week. Yeah. Strap yourselves in. It's going to be a goodie.
Yeah. She went there and she was like, it's the Erewhon of...
Because Erewhon.
Of London. Erewhon. I'm saying it with an American accent. It's this bougie deli cafe chain in America. And they do the Hailey Bieber smoothies and all the celebs have their own,
Okay.
It's popped off and it's absolutely ridiculously expensive.
Oh.
20 US for a thing of berries. It's insane.
Oh, God.
But it's got this hype.
Yeah.
It's kind of,
It's blown off on the old socials.
Yeah. But this is kind of a bigger thing I wanted to talk about because it's something we spoke about in the club as well. And we've started this semi-new segment about what's in my head. And it's trends that you see or trends that I see and that, are they part of a bigger thing? Or and this is a really, really great example. And we spoke about in the club about experiences being a really big thing for Gen Z in particular and Gen Alpha and I don't know what the one before that one is, but for the younger generation. And it's because actual experiences are becoming quite expensive.
Yes.
So a matcha, even though matchas are expensive for a daily coffee, compared to a daily coffee price, they're Instagrammable, they're an experience. You can get like blueberry flavored ones. You can get, like
they're fun, they're cool, they look great, they're bright green.
Exactly. And there's this whole boom in like Instagrammable food and drink. And matcha is like very much in that. And it's because for the younger generation, that's an experience. Like you go out to get like a really incredible dessert or a really incredible food experience. And it's like
that you've probably seen on Instagram that you want to be a part of. That's so funny. That is honestly the whole conversation that you guys had with Maddie.
Yeah.
Gen Zs and Gen Alphas and all the rest of them cannot afford to go off, say for a big Euro summer. So instead they're doing the little luxuries. And I see that with my friends.
Yeah. And I know it's like sometimes annoying when, I don't know, there's a new restaurant or a new cafe and then all of a sudden it's on TikTok. Or you think you've discovered something and you go there and it's like there's a queue around the corner and I'm like, oh.
God damn it.
I did that. Where was I? Oh, I was on holiday somewhere and I was like, oh, this place, like I've heard about it. Me, such a millennial. Like, turned the corner. Oh, it was in Tokyo. Yeah, turned the corner. And it was just like I was with my parents. They were like, you're kidding. Like, absolutely not. We're not waiting this queue. And I was like, come on. I felt like such a kid. But this is all, playing into these experiences. And it's a huge trend right now. And it was, it's something we spoke about in the club a while ago now. There are actually matcha companies that you can invest in as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in Japan in particular.
Okay.
But I feel like with every opportunity, there's like, there's always not risks, but things to be aware of. And I think because this is so hyped as well, when there's such demand for something and supply struggles to keep up, like the green tea leaves essentially are really struggling to keep up.
Oh, okay.
And so everyone's like, oh, there's going to be a spike in price of matchas.
Well, that's what I was going to kind of ask because you talk a lot about like it's a good indicator of how the economy is doing by the price of coffee beans.
Yes.
And especially when there's loads of droughts and climate change is ramping up.
Yeah.
Then the price of coffee goes like sky high.
Yeah.
And everything becomes more expensive. Is it the same with matcha, I guess?
It is. And I mean, matcha's already like a premium price, right? But it's like, there's talks that like it's going to be even more expensive.
Oh, okay.
But then coffee's also grown up in price. But coffee's now, like, so those stats that I said with that June and July, matcha sales doubling. The sales of flat whites, lattes and cappuccinos has gone backwards.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have you actually ever seen that happen though? Like, have you ever been to a cafe and you've noticed that the price has gone down?
Sorry, I'm meaning sales. So the demand.
Sorry.
But that's the next phase, right? Is then, well, obviously if the demand's not there, then the prices can come down. So it's like,
okay. Whereas matchas will keep on going up.
Matchas will keep on going. And then obviously you get more cafes serving matcha. So then there's more supply. I mean, it's all about the tea leaves. But, if you do have essentially more supply or more farmers will start converting their farms to green tea leaves.
Green tea farms,
And then that price kind of like levels out a bit more.
Got you.
The demand and supply kind of work a bit more
harmoniously.
Yes.
Okay.
Then but it's a craze. It's a boom.
And we're seeing it. Yeah. Love matcha.
I reckon it'll be like sushi though. For Gen Alphas, probably just like every street corner.
Yeah. It's everywhere.
Yeah. But we're all like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But then by the time they kind of become our age or they'll be
it's
like,
just a bit like, oh, we're over it.
Yeah.
We're on to the next thing.
It's like St. Pierre's. It's like the whole, you're like, meh, sushi.
Jog on.
Yes. Anyway, thank you for my matcha
Oh,
this
no
morning.
problem. No worries. Delicious.
Bit more serious. Donald Trump, I'm like, is there a week we don't talk about him?
Oh, he's got a lot of airtime.
He has got so much airtime. I think he loves it. He came out.
Nah, he hates it.
Yeah,
he can't stand the limelight.
Yeah, true. You become president, you're like, oh no, I'm really
quite camera shy. Actually.
Yeah, I'm really camera shy. But no, he came out last week and announced changes to these H-1B visas. Now these are visas for like H-1B. It sounds complex, but it's like for highly skilled people. So people in like the tech industry in particular, doctors, like very highly skilled people can get these visas to allow them to work in America. And he came out with an announcement that he is going to increase the price of those visas by 50-fold. So they're going from $2,000 US-ish to $100,000 US.
The price of the visa.
The price of the visa. So like, for example, if we at the Curve were like, look, we really need a really highly skilled tech person and we were in the in the US.
Yeah.
And we were like, look, hey, there's some great people in India and China and Canada. Yeah. And we wanted to bring them in. We would have to pay a minimum 100 grand.
Oh my gosh.
And then their salary.
Okay.
Yeah. So like anyone, so there was this complete and utter chaos last week because these big corporates were like, nobody travel. Everyone on those visas, they're like, do not travel, do not leave the country because, you know, we don't know what's happening. You might not be able to get in. People that were overseas like jumped on flights to come home. Like it was chaos. Like I've seen videos of announcements on aircrafts being like, hey, this has been the change if anyone's on this visa. Like
no.
And so then he kind of backtracked and said, okay, it's only for any new applicants, not people who are already on them. So there was a bit of a like, whew, okay. But this is a big, big, big FU to India.
Yeah.
Because India makes up, or Indians make up 70% of the H-1B visas in America.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Why is he doing that?
So
just to keep everybody just, okay.
He's like, well, if you need skilled people, look at Americans, not Indians or Chinese or, you know, and it's like.
I feel like he's shooting himself in the foot.
I agree. Because you know what happened? UK, Canada, Germany, everyone was like, hey, we don't have that expensive visa. Yeah, like, come to us.
Take on some incredibly intelligent, highly skilled tech people.
Exactly.
No problemo.
Exactly. And this is a short-term impact, but the bigger impact is going to be much more long-term when if you have a very highly skilled Indian, for example, that is like, well, it's not viable to go to the US anymore. I'm going to go to the UK. And then all those skills, that innovation, that like, you know, it's not going to happen overnight.
No.
But if this stays in place, it's going to trickle years over years and then,
fine, Trump, go for it.
Go for it, yeah. But also I do feel for, you know, all those people that may have maybe been about to get a job offer or
have settled down with their family and have like got an amazing opportunity and now it's like, you're going to have to pay double. I'm sorry.
And like Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, Apple, they're the biggest users of these H-1B visas. Yeah. And so, which kind of surprises me because I'm like, you know what? You just had a dinner with all of those tech leaders, you know, they're in your pocket and I can see why now.
Yeah. What do you mean they had a dinner?
Sorry, they had Trump, there was some dinner.
Okay.
And Trump was there and so was Mark Zuckerberg and so was like, you know, like all the heads of these tech
the big
companies.
Dogs. Yeah.
And I reckon it's because of stuff like this.
Yeah.
They know it's like, what's that? Oh, keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Enemies closer, yeah.
And I honestly think it's this. And like, or you know, there's more things like this probably that they might think might happen. So they're like, you know what? Let's be in bed, quote unquote, with Trump. But yeah, so I'm like, you know what? This is a big FU to India. China makes up 12% as well. So an FU to China, an FU to the big tech companies, but also the 6% of the US physicians. So like doctors and they are made up by Indian doctors. So like there's going to be a huge hole. It's going to be doctors. It's going to I can see why he's doing it, but I think that's not the way to do it.
That's just so sickening.
But then also I'm like, you know what? He does a lot of things like this, right? Where it's like he loves the PR and the chaos and then scales it right back. Do you know what I mean?
And goes back on his word. And actually, I remember you saying something a while ago. I was like, oh shit, mic drop moment. Yeah. Where he will come out with something like this, make a big song and dance about it, but it's actually to cover up something else that he's doing.
Yeah. And so everyone focuses on this and then
yikes.
It's going to be a devastating blow, I reckon, to US innovation, competitiveness, all of that. But that's who's in power, and unfortunately,
we have to buckle up.
Yeah. Speaking of large tech companies,
nicely done. For those that don't know, Vic really struggles with her segues.
Yeah, really struggle with the segues.
You're getting better though.
We need a jingle.
Yeah.
We need a little like.
Yeah.
The biggest company in the world, the biggest public company, Nvidia.
Oh yes.
And the biggest startup.
Okay.
Do you know what that is?
OpenAI.
Yeah. Yes. The biggest startup and the biggest public company have announced the biggest private investment deal. So it's $100 billion deal that Nvidia is going to invest in OpenAI for OpenAI to effectively purchase its AI chips. So it's like this weird circular deal.
Okay.
But it's I guess the details of the deal is kind of not what I'm focusing on. It's more the fact that this is like the biggest private deal ever. $100 billion. Yes, Nvidia's market cap, so like the size of the company is 4 trillion. So it's
like
like
2%
of the market. But still, I think it's just the scale of it. Like I just feel like every other week there is like, this is, there's just these monumental blockbuster deals happening with regards to AI. And there was another stat that I read that we're going to need $500 billion of investment in the next each year for the next 5 years. And this is only $100 billion. Like there's just,
my gosh,
the scale of this is just insane. We had last week, Oracle came out and announced it had done a deal with OpenAI that was like absolutely massive and like shot the lights out in terms of like their revenue for the year. Like it's just headlines of this year.
Okay. So basically this is just the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah. And the fact that they're investing this, over the next kind of 5-7 years, it's like this is the tip of the iceberg.
Whoa. Okay.
And I know a lot of people might disagree and be like, no, the fact that there is so much investment and it's every week there's a new headline and new company, like that means it's kind of overhyped or it creates risk because what if the demand doesn't come? But I'm like, these aren't stupid companies, right? There's not like they're not investing in this without
some foresight on what's to come.
Yeah. And so we had an incredible conversation with Nat from Google.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I literally edited this yesterday and oh my flipping God.
Yeah.
It was so good. She's like the chief technologist at Google, which I can't even pretend to know what she does, but she is so smart. I was hanging on her every word. She had so many insights. It just made me so excited for what's to come.
And I think having like an expert who is so deep all day, every day in AI gave me a lot more excitement, I guess, in terms of what's to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some ideas in terms of the kinds of things that you could be investing in. Because
exactly.
I know, sometimes I feel like with Nvidia, I have
missed the boat. Whoa.
No, like I've invested in it and I want to keep on investing in it. But then I'm like, and then when a deal like that comes through, I'm like, everybody's going to be jumping on that bandwagon. Yeah. And now I'm like, okay, what are the other ones in the sidelines I can invest in? And that chat was just so...
Because it's all about that, like there's so many other companies that are going to benefit in the value chain, right? It's not just, even though when we talk about Nvidia, it's like the AI poster child. It's like the one, if you say AI and people like Nvidia, it's like very, what's the word, synopsis? No. Synonymous with.
Yeah. Wow. A synopsis.
It's very synopsis. Isn't that like a summary of a book? Yes. A synopsis.
Nvidia is
they go in tandem, like they're
okay,
but I just think it's like there's just so many headlines that I'm seeing about these incredible deals, and I think we are just at the beginning, to be honest.
Sent a shiver down my spine.
Yes, but also another boom that's happening outside of the tech industry is, and some people might not agree with this, and that's fine, but it's in the healthcare space.
Okay.
And it's these GLP-1 proteins. So the GLP-1 is the weight loss protein.
Okay.
As I say protein, I mean, it's the healthcare industry always says protein, but it's not like protein like we know. It's like a makeup of like molecules.
Okay.
So I'm not a healthcare expert. But anyway, it's a technology essentially.
That's inside Ozempic?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So Ozempic is like probably the more household name that we know for these weight loss drugs.
Yeah.
But Pfizer, so one of the biggest pharmaceutical companies, they have just made a massive acquisition of a company to purchase their weight loss drug for $7 billion. And this is quite interesting because Pfizer tried to join the race. So you've got these two big pharmaceutical companies, Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly are the two kind of front runners. The ones that have kind of been dominating the space. They've got the two most common weight loss drugs out there.
Yeah.
And now Pfizer's just bought this company and entered the race, essentially.
Oh, okay. So there's a third.
So there's a
runner.
third, yes. Ooh. Yeah. And the company is called Matcha, the company that it bought. Okay. And its share price was up 60% in one day.
Oh my goodness.
Pfizer was like, we're going to buy you. Thank you very much.
Wow.
And I guess what does a headline like this tell us? And for me, it says if you've got another third very large player entering a market, they must see
the opportunity.
Massive potential. Otherwise, they wouldn't be purchasing a $7 billion. They wouldn't be paying $7 billion to purchase a company or purchase a drug that this company owns.
Okay.
If they didn't see the potential in this whole industry, right? Or this whole, not really industry, this whole technology.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, what this tells me is you now have Pfizer, who kind of made its mark with Viagra, really. That was the kind of big blockbuster drug for Pfizer.
Okay.
And then now they're late to the party in the sense that there's two front runners, but the growth, and again, like even with AI, we're seeing all these ridiculous numbers out there. We're seeing exactly the same in the healthcare space with these GLP-1.
Yes.
Whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Does that make you worried?
Do you mean worried in like
the state of the world?
No, because I guess I get what you mean. It worries me because there is a minority or kind of an increasing majority of people that are using them, not for what their intended purpose is. But I think the positives of what it can do for the people that actually need it. But also now we're starting to see that it's actually helping with addictions, cravings, like helping with alcohol addiction, drug abuse.
Okay.
Because I'm not a healthcare expert, but I think it does something with like for weight loss, it switches off the like craving mechanism. So it switches, I think they can alter it slightly to help switch off the like craving for
a cigarette, a vape.
Yeah, exactly. Like all of that. Yeah, they've got like opioids, other addictive substances, like, and they've actually seen it reduce alcohol intake as well.
Wow.
So there's all these kind
that's
of
actually quite amazing.
Not indirect benefits, but like they kind of launch this base drug and then they're like, oh, hang on.
Yeah.
Actually, what we thought we would market it for is just opened up a whole new universe of people that could use it.
Yeah.
And again, you just market it as different things, right? Like it might be called something different. You might have Ozempic for weight loss and diabetes, and then you might have you might rename it something like for alcohol abuse and like all of that. So,
that's actually really cool.
Yeah, and I do think it's like, and then also there's actually been links now, very early stages though, so I don't want to like, I'm not talking out of turn here, but like for Alzheimer's and like brain function.
How amazing would that be?
So I know. So I think there is probably people that are like, you know what, I think this is the first stage. This weight loss, and there's so much other uses for this
that we don't know of yet.
Technology of drug that we haven't even discovered yet. And with this third player of Pfizer coming in, you know, that just means more money poured into clinical trials, you know, finding new uses that can actually leverage off this technology. So, and Pfizer actually tried doing it themselves and it didn't work. And so they've now, they had a weight loss drug like ages ago and then they pulled pin and because the other two were better. So they've now bought this one. Anyway, so the fact that they've kind of re-entered the market is also a good sign because they're not just like, oh, well, you know, it's like they see huge potential. There's figures like the global obesity drug market's expected to be 150 billion in the next 5 years.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I don't know what size it is now, but yeah. It's just a sign that things are heating up, I reckon.
Okay, yeah. All right. So more of this to come as well.
More of this to come.
Are you invested in Pfizer, Eli Lilly, Novo Nordisk?
Yes.
Are you? All three of them?
No.
Oh, okay.
Should I say?
Oh,
do you reckon? Yeah, we've actually spoken about Pfizer in the club.
Oh,
we've spoken about Novo Nordisk. We haven't spoken about Eli Lilly, but yeah, we have spoken about this massive trend. But I think when you're operating in a market that's growing and got so much demand like this does, you're in such a supportive environment that you really have to screw up to go backwards.
You can see the growth, you can see the potential, you can see the benefits. It's going to benefit not only this group of people that we had made it for, but now it's going to benefit all these other people as well. You're like, how could it possibly screw up?
And Novo Nordisk's share price is back to where it was in like 2021. So it's gone all the way back up and then come all the way back down.
Whoa. Okay. I'll put a graph on screen so we can see.
Yeah. So it's like you're kind of discrediting all that growth it's had in between. Does that make sense? Because it's like you're assuming the company is now the same size as it was back then, but yet it's got billions and millions and billions of dollars of sales in that time. But share prices are always future looking. So people are like, oh, actually, I don't think it's going to remain competitive. People are now going to buy Eli Lilly. You've now got Pfizer. Whereas I'm kind of saying I think there's space for, that this market is on such a tier in terms of the demand.
That there's space for all three of them.
There's kind of space for all three of them.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Obviously, some might do better than others, but when you've got such incredible growth in a market, you seriously have to F up to not capitalize on that, essentially.
Okay,
Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. Now I feel like I want to invest in one of them.
Yeah. So, and so, look, some people don't agree ethically with investing in these, but I think they're focusing on the minority of people that are using it for not its intended purposes.
Yes. Okay. Which is a small minority.
Yes. And it's like, yes, it's unfortunately getting bigger in terms of a minority, but I just think, the benefits also to healthcare systems, if you have people that, are controlling their diabetes or not becoming diabetic and like all of that, and the less of an impact that has on healthcare systems and can actually focus on people that
really desperately
need it
and can't treat themselves.
And less costs for the healthcare system. That means we can have lower taxes and it's just like there's flow-on benefits from that. Yeah. I mean, that's quite far down the track, but yeah. But you can see how it all flows if you've got less spending here, or you can spend more on education, or you can spend, because healthcare is such a cost to, any country, any economy. Mm-hmm. So the more that you can reduce that burden, then spend money elsewhere. And
Okay, got you. Yeah, I have to say when I hear the name Ozempic, I immediately go to all the bad things, and then I'm like, I'd love to just get in your brain and have a look around, because you do see the full picture and you're like, hang on a second, look at all of the other things that it's doing.
Yeah. It's like there's always going to be those people that
abuse it.
And with any other drugs, right? Like you've got opioids, which are actually very useful for some people, but not for others. And I don't know. Like I'm not saying that like drugs are, anyway, it's just, there's always a minority that ruin it for the majority.
Yes. Okay.
But there's rules and regulations that come into place if that swings too far one way, which we could see happen with Ozempics of the world. Yeah. Yeah.
But for the meantime, it's helping a lot of people.
I know.
You can see the benefits. Yeah. It's trickling down into loads of other areas that we didn't even see coming. Like, I really need to go back and watch the Novo Nordisk and the Pfizer stock pick.
Yeah. And maybe I'll do Eli Lilly. May as well just round it out.
Do it. Oh my gosh. Maybe I'll diversify and invest in all three.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Also, we have little old New Zealand making history. Woo.
Whoop, whoop.
So New Zealand has appointed its first woman leader of the Reserve Bank of New Zealand. So like the bank that, the head honcho bank, essentially, that all the other banks listen to, and effectively controls interest rates, essentially.
Okay.
Is a woman.
First ever
woman.
Wow. Yeah. That's huge.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, what would be the equivalent in the UK?
So like the Bank of England.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Or in the US, it's like the Federal Reserve is what it's called.
Okay, yeah.
Reserve Bank of Australia. So they're all the central banks that control interest rates, inflation.
Yeah.
Like they've got a massive job, right? Because there's a constant balance between, we need to lower interest rates, for example, but we don't want inflation to run away, because if you lower interest rates, people spend, then that leads to high inflation.
Yeah.
But you want, particularly for New Zealand right now, it's really struggling, like economically.
Okay.
And so they're like, we need to decrease interest rates, but then if you do it too quickly, or then inflation runs, and then people were like even in a worse position. And so it's a big job. It's a really big job. And it's particularly when you're taking over a country that's kind of in recession. Like we've had negative quarters of growth. And so, but she's from Sweden.
Oh my gosh, cool.
Also the first foreigner.
Wow.
Yeah.
Double
first foreigner,
whammy.
First woman.
What's her name?
Her name is Anna Bremen.
Oh my God, go Anna. That's so amazing.
But also and I went and did some digging of I feel like there's been a lot of firsts when it comes to women
lately.
In these kind of roles. And so we had Rachel Reeves in the UK.
Yes.
The Chancellor of the Exchequer. Yeah. Which just sounds so posh.
Chancellor of the Exchequer.
I am the Chancellor of the Exchequer. So which essentially means, and she was appointed last year, but that essentially means that she is running the finances of the UK. Mm-hmm. So she does the budget. It's slightly different to the Reserve Bank. They kind of, but she still has to when we're talking about should we spend on healthcare, should we spend on education?
She's making the decisions.
She's making those decisions.
Yeah.
So
God,
the fact that it's the first female to run the country's money is quite
massive.
It's also like, I know you can get angry with these things and be like, why is it taking so long? But also I'm like, nah, let's celebrate the fact that it's now happening, and it's happening all over the world. In Norway, they had the first female governor of the Norwegian bank appointed a few years ago. And Australia's had the first female of their central banks, the Reserve Bank of Australia, not that long ago. So it's like we're starting to see change, which is good.
You're right, actually. Also, you'd be gutted if you got into power and then everyone's like, oh, that should have happened earlier. You'd want people to be like, nice one. Yeah. This is amazing. Yeah. Change has come about.
And hopefully we won't have headlines where it's like the first woman.
No.
It'll just be like first person.
Yeah.
Or
the first
person. Wow. It's been controlled by robots before. No. It's just another person.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like amazing. This person's got into power. Cool.
It's really good news, but New Zealand is not doing well lately. So she's kind of got a tough job on her hands.
Okay, yeah.
And when things aren't going well in a country, there's a lot of people tend to get frustrated and take it out on someone and blame someone, and so I don't know. I have high hopes, and I hope that she can get New Zealand out of this little pickle that it's in at the moment. But,
let's stay positive.
Just stay positive.
Okay.
Yeah. First female, first foreigner.
Go on, Anna.
Go, Anna.
Do your best.
And that is all I have for you today.
Oh, well,
thanks for stepping in, Em.
Thank you so much for having me. It's weird being on this side of the camera.
She had to jump up a few times and check that the camera's still recording and all that. So she's doing two jobs.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. I hope you have an absolutely fabulous week, everybody.
Yes. Have a great week.
Also, keep your ears and eyes peeled for the Maddie episode coming out on Thursday morning, New Zealand time. It is a golden episode. You will absolutely love it.
And if you want to join the investing club for anything that we spoke about the new segment about what's in my head.
Oh yeah, I want to get in your head.
And we talk a lot about the weight loss boom going on.
Yeah.
So if you want to dig into either of those, then there's a link in the podcast show notes to join the investing club.
Incredible. See you there, everyone.
See ya. Thank you so much for listening to The Curve Weekly. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with all the money, biz and stock market news. And if you like what you heard, we would love a review. Thank you.
Yes, we would love a review. But if you did hate it, please, don't leave one if you hated it. No, but in all seriousness, could you please leave a review? Because it really helps other people find our cute little podcast.
And we hope you have a good week and see you next Monday.
Bye.
Bye. Sweet. Yeah. See you next Tuesday. Lol. See you next Tuesday. I mean Monday.
No, actually though, new episodes out every Tuesday. Okay, quickly. The Curve was created to empower and educate you about investing, but we are not financial advisors.
Our platform exists for educational purposes only, and it doesn't provide personalized investing advice for your individual needs and should not be relied upon to make an investment or financial decision.
And always remember to do your own research before making any investment or financial decision.
We're here for any knowledge and support you need, but the final call is always yours.
And thanks for being here.
You got this.
Yeah, we know you got this.